This is shocking. So I remember Chris Stokes was doing an audition online on YouTube and MySpace to look for a star. I almost did, but I didn't have the stuff. I didn't have a cell phone then, and I didn't have materials to make my own videos. I think I reached out. Did I reach out to Chris Stokes? I reached out on MySpace. I reached out to a lot of people, especially on the underground scene, because I wanted to be an underground singer. I didn't want to be a major because those contracts they make you do what they want you to do. So someone just told me to go by Member Lane, go to his YouTube channel. We all know that the Detroit stalker is connected to Chris Stokes, and I told you. This why this man talking about the Detroit Phoenix stalker is stalking me because I exposed to R. Kelly case. Remember, Chris Stokes, Diddy, and R. Kelly are friends, and this is why this man has been stalking me for 3 years. Well, actually 2 years. I told this man to not talk to me. We don't want to be friends anymore, and I blocked him on Twitter back in 2022 on the 5th or the 6th when he was out there laughing when me and Mr. Uganda was beefing on Black Skin Mason's channel. Ever since then, this man had a plot to come after me. Why did he become my so-called? He said, "Was my friend." We were kind of associates, okay? We can say friends, but before that, why? He was a plot, in my opinion. I say my opinion. I do believe I'm telling the truth, but things. I don't know everything like that, but I do believe, speculate this man was a plot to come after me because I exposed his friend R. Kelly. I mean, his friend Christo's friend R. Kelly's sex abuse scandal, saying that R. Kelly is lighter than his dark skinned brother. We is this why mixed identity, mixed heritage, color, phenotype has been used against me by this man because I used the same thing about the argument of R. Kelly. I say African American people are not pure black, we're mixed. We don't all look alike, and we come in different complexions. And we can tell that it's not R. Kelly, dark skin brother. I'm not having that tape, that the CP tape, no, because what's name Star Jones said you have a material that's against the law. I'm gonna forget it 2002 on the view when Star Jones on there. So when this man says, I'm thinking of a brother that's camera skin, tall, built, muscled, bald headed, or wear fade or braids like Robert Kelly. No, bro. Kelly is dark. Like Wesley Snipes dog. R. Kelly's not dark skinned. R. Kelly's camera lighter brown, Milltown brown complexion. He might get darker because he be playing basketball or putting on sunscreen on, okay, hyperpigmentation. But naturally, he's a camera skin, lighter brown skin brother. He's not, me and light brown town. He not a dog, Wesley Snipes color. That's his brother. So how the hell they think that the same person was on the tape? We as mixed race black Americans, because we all are mixed, we should know that. Now I can see some Kevin, who tried to mock that and lie because they know we don't all look alike because they don't want to contribute during slavery. Okay, we mix with white, we part white besides indigenous. But no, some of them went a long way. But yeah, they were doing voodoo. Again, the devil do lie. But we should know that them two don't look alike because they two different complexions. R. Kelly is lighter than his dark chocolate brother on that sex tape. So I have to watch the sex tape because I'm like, what the hell? He don't look like you. He plays your double, but he's darker than you. Come on now. Y'all kind of resemble, but y'all don't look alike. You should know that. Come on now. Anyway, we is ADOS, so-called FBA, we should know we're mixed. We're not fully black. We're multiracial mixed race people. So that's why this stalker is using that against me. Because I used that same argument to prove that R. Kelly was on that sex tape without me looking at that. Because I ain't getting in trouble behind that. Shout out to Star Jones, his attorney, okay? But anyway, so we know that this man is connected with Chris Stokes, talking about the stalker. Something told me, Zach, go by your memory lane. Remember when you was trying to become a star and you would think about it, but you didn't have a cell phone. Right, thank God. Didn't have stuff on Imagine me on trying to audition for Chris Stokes. I'm not trying to be the male groupies that Ray J was saying. And no, I'm not on Ray J's side. Let me tell you something, Ray J. You did. Today's Whitney Houston's birthday. You did kill Whitney Houston. You and Rafa Excel. I know who did it. Okay? I know who did it. I know who killed Whitney Houston. Shout out to Jack Wright. It was you and Ralph Excel. So I'm using your song because you did expose Chris Stokes and you said the male groupies. And I believe one of the male groupies is this dude harassing me. Okay? See, he started with me. He tried to get me in trouble with the law. Dude, Department of Justice would get a cop in trouble and a judge in trouble. And I did. I can't. Of course, you do the thing for the FBI. It don't say because it's not cybercrime. But on the, I do have the copy of the report against Cynthia Gonzalez and Peter Steen, the two judges that went along with this stupid doggone uh, protection order, this falsified protection order, trying to retaliate against me. That was retaliation. Okay? And no cop is not going to commit suicide because they told them we don't get justice. Y'all stop. Do your research. A lot of police officers commit suicide. And the ones who are corrupt, they're the main ones committing suicide because guilty feeling got no rhythm. I know he said guilty feeling have no rhythm, but I said guilty feeling. Shout out to George Michael. Guilty feeling got no rhythm. Yeah, that's what happens to you. You abuse of your power. You end up feeling want to take your life because you know that you're wrong and your conscience will eat your life. That's why men are taking their lives and drugging themselves and everything. But he's not going to put an innocent person like me in jail and take their life or go drink up and get high. They do drugs too. Police do. They take men start them taking drugs from the devil dealers and sell it or even using it. Yeah, that goes on the police department. It was in CIA down in LA County. Okay, remember the white man can't expose that with the crack epidemic. Okay, come on now, y'all. In the big case, there was two cops in Suge Knight's friend, okay? Officer Officer Rivera from LAPD. That's why they didn't want to do the investigation for Big Biggie because they just had Mark Furman and the O.J. Simpson trial being dirty. I said, Okay, so something told me, Zach, you gotta go down. Remember that old video of Chris Stokes saying he want people to be a star. So I said, okay, I'm watching the videos. I found out Tonya TKO was trying to audition. I kid you not. Tonya TKO was trying to audition for Chris Stokes. Y'all, you can't make this 2008. So Tonya TKO, now this makes sense. Lashee, you better watch your back. Miss Lashee in Chicago. Remember you did a video about Tonya TKA and Cynthia G being witches? And Molech, the vest and the vest, she said aborting the vest, and Cynthia G promoting abortion and sort of a bluish lotto. We know none which is race. It was satanic. Shout out Zachary King. How I know about abortion and satanic besides eugenics because I follow Zachary King, the former Satanist who used to be a Baptist who became a Satanist and later on became a Catholic Christian. And both of us are not the perfect Catholic Christian, but I follow his stuff now. Shout out to Zachary King. I learned a lot from that former Satanic wizard. Funny, we got the same name, and we're both multiracial. Zachary King has a Puerto Rican mama and a part white, biracial, part white, part Native American dad. Check and shout out to be specific. And both of his parents have passed away. I have a mixed background. Okay, my parents are not 100% African American due to their ancestry, so I'm African American, French, Creole, English, Irish, Scottish, Native American descent. And Choctaw, Cherokee. Okay, and I have Spanish from Louisiana. Okay, we have a lot. I didn't become a Satanist. I was a warlock from 9 to 12 years old. I debated with people, argued it was not satanic what I was doing. But thank God that I left it alone at 12 years old and I became Catholic at 13 years old. Thank God for that. Because, imagine me being practicing that stuff. Oh, Lord, that's a lie. I did not know that people in higher places do that. But the Bible says that in Ephesians 6. Yes, it does. St. Paul said in Ephesians 6, higher places. A lot of these people are in governments, which, and then too, I come from a Masonic family. My grandmother, who was abused to it, that's why I know it's why this is symbolic. Her funeral is the day when the stock can start harassing me, the day the Catholic Church will stop paying my rent. Y'all, this is symbolic. 31st of December 2022. And my grandma, she was not Eastern Star that I know of, but her big mom was an Eastern Star, and so was Big Daddy. Big Daddy was a dark skin. My great grandfather with straight hair, Choctaw English, Choctaw English. Yes, he was. And he was very strict, rigid, and abusive, like physically. And she tried to remember that stuff, but my grandfather, her husband, stopped that. Thank God he did. He was a Gnostic. The dad, my grandfather was a dark skin Creole. He had Creole ancestry in Louisiana. He was dark skinned parents from Louisiana. My great grandparents, my great grandmother's from Alexandria, and my great grandfather was from Cottonport, King River was from. So anyway, that's on my dad's side. But yeah, my grandfather was born here in Houston. But yeah, she stopped her from doing. My grandma was trying to mimic her dad, my great grandfather's behavior, and he was Masonic. He was a Mason. So this is why I take a spirit. This is why I'm very because the spiritual curse of him being a Mason has caused me a lot of problems. Yeah, that's why I take this very serious about the spiritual. Yes, it is very true. If you are third degree Mason, because you said that Lucifer is the light, you do curse your family. And that's what Zachary King has said that, a former Masonic person. He's Italian. He was on that Catholic show of the guy with John Burnett. Not John Burnett. John Burnett was her name. The white lady with blonde hair. She's older. Abundant Life. She is on EWTN. I remember watching them when I was at my grandma's house. I was grown at the time, watching EWTN a lot. And I remember him talking about the Masonic lodges and how the Catholics are not supposed to be joining Masonic lodges. But I know that we got Masons even in the priesthood. Oh yes, I that's the reason why I stopped going to church sometimes because when I talk about my family being abusive. Remember, my family is not Catholic. My immediate family. I do have Catholic cousins. I do have Catholic cousins though. What happened is um, I come from the Italian American man. It was a Masonic purpose on Abundant Life with John Burnett. Something I forgot her name on EWTN. He said that about that too. So if you and Desire King said it to a bunch of people that knows if you come third degree Mason, the second degree, I think the lower degree people are not. They think they're Christian and they're Catholic or Protestant, and they think that every religion is the same. But when you go up to third degree or above, you do accept the Satanic rituals, and you accept Luciferian as light, which is against God, and you curse your family. And it said that the great grandchild of that great grand person, father, is going to go through hell. Like you're suicidal. Your life is not fortunate, and I've been through that majority of my life. So I don't have a career record. I try to get a good paying job. But everyone's always for my downfall. It's like this curse to keep me on a downfall level. And when he said that, I take that very seriously. So I guess when Big Daddy became, I don't know what degree he was in the Mason, but that really, I do believe he was third degree. And my grandmother believed reverse. Like in the Bible, it says that love is not critical rule over entry, Corinthians 13. The first Corinthians 13, where St. Paul says with the Christian, it's reversed. She believed being cruel and mean, and that's love. But they came from our white ancestors, slave masters, did to our black ancestors, to indoctrinate that in the States. So she believed in that when she was alive. And and it's weird, she died on 23rd December of 2022. I'm going to show you another secret. Me and her had a heat discussion, December 23rd, 2007. And she tried to kick me out. And it was about religion. And I kept my calm. Remember, I'm using angry, but I didn't get angry. I kept my spirit calm. She was the one screaming out loud 2 days before Christmas. My grandfather and my dad was at the hospital because my grandfather was sick. And I find it weird 15 years later, the same day she died. Whoa, it's weird. I look at numbers. And so she tried to kick me out of the cold. I had $50. I was 39 years old. No, 38. 38 years old. No, I was 28 years old. 28 years old. She tried to kick me out in the cold. I just came from Mass, even Mass on the Southwest Side. And she tried to kick me out in the cold and told me, get out, get out. I had nothing but $50 in my bank account, Wells Fargo. I kid you not. And so I find it weird that my grandmother on my dad's side, who did me dirty, died on the 23rd of December, 15 years later. So, why would this man start stalking me on 31st when I didn't go to the funeral? I didn't, because they want nothing to do with the funeral. I went over the family harassing me. I'll start calling the police also on them. Don't harass me. Don't talk to me about her. Don't ask me to come back in your life. And y'all told me I was this and that. So, why did this man start all of a sudden started making content about me on the 31st December? And this was after my brother had took me to Applebee's, my half brother. So why? And why was saying that's yeah. So I understand, but let's get to the subject. But I mentioned Masonic, so it's probably has something to do with that too. But I kid you not, y'all. I just and then when I found out 2023 this man was connected with Chris Stokes, I said I knew something was up with him and R. Kelly. When I saw this man had an account in Chicago talking about the stalker, and he was harassing Raz B and harassing Nicki Minaj fans. He was connected. I love me some Lil Kim. He was connected with Lil Kim. Um, yeah, so him and Lil Kim, the birthday's before his birthday. Actually, my cousin, the one that told me about my grandma passed away, his birthday's before the stalker's birthday too. 11th of July. I'm telling my cousin's business, but yeah, I find it weird. I told him into this number stuff, and so I'm a Lil Kim fan. Yeah, I love Miss Lil Kim, baby. Yes, I do. Kim Queen B. I do love Miss Lil Kim. Nicki Minaj, I did like about it after fact how she cosplayed Lil Kim. Okay, and I was on Remi's side 2017 when she came out with Sheetha. Okay, I was on Lil Kim. I mean, on Lil Kim and Remy outside. Okay, come on. But I said this man had related to R. Kelly because I was trying to explain to Judge Gonzalez because I couldn't see my exhibits because I had a telephone hearing. Is that it was other people involved before this man came in. I had a couple people try to kill me when I was on the streets, and I know that little thing they become your friend and nice to you, then they're going to cause an argument for no reason at all, and then you act out, and you act out, then they try to get, in case if they get in trouble for your death, they're going to say, well, the person jumped me. They're not going to tell the truth to the police officers that you caused the altercation, you react to it, and you respond to react, and they cause you to come take your life. I know the little trick, okay? And the same thing with Yolanda Salazar. What Selena said, which about she said it was Selena's fault for reacting when they had an argument. That's the same thing she's doing, the same narrative. And I do believe that Selena was set up. I don't believe that just Yolanda Salazar was the only person involved in her murder. I believe she was conspired. We look at somebody in her circle, and we know who that person is. I know it's that they like to wear shades. Just like Chris Stokes. Just like Diddy. Just like, they don't all wear shades. But we know the key is the eye to the soul. And if you don't want people looking at your eyes to know that you're evil, okay, you wear shades to cover up. Let me let y'all know a lot of Satanists and wicked people wear shades because they don't want you to look at their eyes and see that they're evil. Because the eyes are key to the soul. That's how you know a person's wicked. The eyes are key to the soul. Shout out to Trader King, the brother, the bright skinned brother from Houston. Yeah, shout out to Trader King. He said that on his videos, look, the eyes are key to the eyes. I never do that because I always look at someone's eyes and I know they're evil. And I know it because my dad used to get into it. And I talked about that. And he abused me too. And he would get mad in them eyes. So I always knew when a person's eyes look evil at you, they psychotic. Trust me, you see a person eyes smile in your face, but then when they get mad, like not Master Walker, what's his name? My Angelo said told Oprah, believe a person when they show who the real self are. But anyway, but that's enough to be said. I need to elaborate on other things. Let's go back to I say back to Tonya TKO. So when I was trying to do research, and I said sometimes go to those videos of Chris Stokes saying, "Hey, you're gonna be a star." I almost signed up, y'all. Don't forget, thank God I did not sign up. And I found Tonya TKO. So Tonya TKO before me and the stalker had issues. I already told him no, we don't talk no more when we free him no more in February 2022. I was on her live streams. I supported Tonya TKO on her live streams, on Facebook, and on YouTube. I don't always agree with Tonya TKO, but I was on her side. Like a lot of things, we always disagree. I was in a comment section, and so why is it that when Angry Biracial was having issues with the stalker, then she reached out to him, and then next thing, she reached out to him, and the next thing she turned around and disrespected, turned against him. That's weird that the stalker shared the video of that about angry biracial. Now you know I'm not friends for angry biracial. I'm not friends for angry biracial. Um, no, I'm not. Okay. Disrespecting Martin Luther King and doing all that other stuff. Not friends. I did reach out to him when we was having issues with the stalker, but I find it weird. The same year, this dude, um, must be friends with Tonya TKO. That's how I know about this now. Now I see. When I saw her audition video, I was shocked. It really shocked me to see her audition video with Chris Stokes, which makes sense why I was being stalked. And I looked at her disgrace. I never did anything bad to Tonya TKO. I know she probably did like Lashid's video talking about witches, but we like my main thing was bluish light, okay? There's another witch. She's the best. I'm not gonna say her name. And I never had an issue. I know she's anti-black male, but I never had an issue with her because I respected her not liking me. Y'all know her Blue Eyes friend. She the darker skinned sister. She married to a light skinned Latino who can pass for white in Puerto Rico. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Her and the white woman, Belinda, the mystic witch. They got into it back in 2022, 21, and that's how I know about doing research about Blue Lotto when he started bashing me. And I found out that him and the best used to be on her channel, like, comedy on her channel. And, like I said, I had no issues. I mean, she anti-blackmail, and I didn't agree with her viewpoint. But I agree, but me and her never had beef because I respected her fact that she didn't like me, and I don't care about her either. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to all skin folk, kin folks. Look, y'all, that's why I'm integrationist. I'm not segregationist. I'm not with that. Oh, let's all come together because you have crowds of in the group. Okay, so and I listened since I was a kid in the '80s. That's why I don't have that little mindset. The first people that actually picked on me before a white person called me an N-word Latino was African descendant people of different skin tones, from the dark to white passing, light skin, bright, kinky, curly hair, dark, brown tone, blue eye, dark eyes. Because I came from a community of everyone was different. Okay, in East Side Harris County, in the color community, I call it the color community, not everybody that identify as black look alike. We had white passing people. We had people who can pass from stereotypically Hispanic. We had people that was with straight hair, with dark or loose curly hair. We had people of camel skin tone. My community that was middle class, where my grandparents stayed, did not have everybody look alike. You know what I'm saying? We had light, bright, we had dark, we had brown, we had straight hair, we had curly hair, kinky hair. We had people that You know what I'm saying? So, that's why in my community we have people, and especially us Creoles, because what I'm saying, we have people with Creole, like down my family tree, I have Creole roots. So not everybody in my community look alike. That's why I disagree with the Stalker and Lashee talking about majority African Americans look more brown tone to dark. That no, first of all, you don't have a survey to even say that. Okay, but there's a lot of us who come in every different skin tone, heritage that you probably we shocked who's cohort black, even though we're mixed. Okay, in society, some people pass so after immigration, their families pass as something else, or as white, and live a different life after segregation, and they had to say they're black. But after segregation, when immigration came in, they went out to other communities and passed or they identified as black, but people didn't recognize them as black. So not everybody looked the same. Then too, colorism did play a role of the economics. During integration, if you was lighter skin tone, different hair textures, the same thing happened in segregation. You did get the first black jobs. Okay, for real. They did that mess too. The first, there was darker skin tone people who was the first black. Don't get wrong, but back in the days, it was prevalent. The first black person named bright high yellow something can pass for white. You know what I'm saying? This is after segregation ended. So you can't sit there and they probably went to the other communities because I can tell Lashee and this dude here lived in the hood. And yes, you're gonna see more darker skin tones in the hood. There's bright skin tones in the hood, and there's brown tone in the hood. But for some reason, due to colorism and racism, you're gonna see the dark. You suspect to see dark skinned people who are in the hood. There's dark skinned people who got money too. Don't get wrong, but you know what I'm saying. But you know how it goes. Okay, so I can say you know how it goes. So anyway, but where I come from, not everybody look the same. We have neighbors of different skin tones and hair textures. Not everybody have the same hair texture. Not everybody, not everybody had so-called nappy hair. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody had. Where I grew up in the East Side, Harris County, not everybody the same. When I came to California, my church was a Creole from the dog to a white person. Not everybody the same. So I don't have that mindset that every so-called black American look the same. I'm used to seeing people who like Paris Jackson, okay? Because I had homegirls who like white, like white women, okay? Even when I was a Baptist, it was one chick, a bright skinned chick, then she was Creole now, but her cousins came here, and then back in 1986, and one like a damn white girl, I don't forget that too, sure did. We had a son for it. We had a son for it. And one like a damn white girl, sure did, I don't forget that. Okay? I don't forget that. Sure did. I forget that. I don't forget that too. Sure did. One like a damn white girl. She was back in 1986. She was a teenager then. I was like 6 years old. Yeah, sure did. We had like a lock-in. We had a lock-in. Sure did when I was a Baptist at the time. And one of the girls like a damn white girl. Sure did. Brown hair and all. Sure did. I don't forget 1986. Okay. And she would tell me, she said, yeah, Zach, if someone said, don't talk to strangers, I don't forget the story back in 86. Don't talk to strangers. Is he need a puppy? This and that. Don't go to that person that she told me. I don't forget, sure did. I just hang with her. I had a little crush on her too, like a white girl, sure did. I don't forget that back in 86. Okay, but I'm just telling you, I'm used to seeing people who identify as black come in different shades and hair textures. I don't have this mindset. I don't have that. That's why I say that all of us identify as black. The majority of African Americans do not all look alike. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all have limited. You can tell that she and him have limited lifestyles. They didn't be around people who like white folks. I have. I had friends who can pass white, who identify as black. Not everybody had You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I had a different experience. I'll be 46 too. I know people, and it's funny, I used to defend people, still do. Someone said that person ain't no black person. And that was me who go in and say, hey man, he a brother, she a sister, shut up. Yo, shut up. You know what I'm saying? They not black. You know what I'm saying? Like people said, that person ain't mixed. You know, and I'm the one to get the fence. Hey man, hey girl, they are. I don't care what you say. That's what they are. Like, leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? For example, had a dude, friend named Mondo. Mondo's same age as Stockton. Okay. So I was telling my Dominican friend Mondo about this too. Mondo at Job Corps, he Blaxican. His dad was Blaxican and Dutch. Yeah, black, Dutch, and Mexican. Cause he had Dutch last name. And his mama is Mexican. And so a bright skinned dude said, this person don't like you because they like me because I'm black. The bright skinned dude named Mike, right? So Mondo said back in 2006, 2004, I'm black. He said, no, you're not. I said, yeah, I am. He said, my dad's part black and Mexican. I said, what, you mixed too? I said, what? Hey, my little brother. They said it was Job Corps. So every time I see Mondo, hey, mi hermanito, my little brother. Mi hermanito, at Job Corps. And they're like, why is this man calling him bro? I said, y'all, he black. He part black. And I never it was a bright skinned dude from, he had kinky hair too, named Joseph, from Brooklyn. Yeah, we have people from Brooklyn and Java and El Paso, Texas. That man ain't, I say you go over here because you insecure because you light skinned too. Shut up. That man is part black. He admitted he part black. His grandfather, his daddy is part black. He told, you know what I'm saying? So, every time I say, hey, bienvenido, my little brother. You know what I'm saying? That's my little brother. So, I ain't seen Mondo in a while. That's why I call my little brother. Yeah. So, I always had his back when someone started saying he not black. Because he a light-skinned Mexican dude. But he's part African-American. He admitted he ain't ashamed of it. Like, he ain't trying to hide. You got folks that hide skin. You know what I know? He tell you to your face. He part black. Okay? Like, he ain't lying. So, like, y'all get on my nerve. Now, Paso different because ain't too many African people down there. But where we from in Houston, like, if Mondo was in here, and he say he black, they don't assume he Creole. You hear high yellow, bright skin, elder boys looking Creole dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They don't assume that. You know, that's here in Houston. But different places, it's like, y'all don't come, because I'm from the South, and there's a lot of us in the South. So the South, we don't all look alike, and we all have the same hair texture. Okay? Y'all have a limited mindset what ADOS people look like. And I swear, it's annoying because you try to explain to ignorant people who choose to be ignorant. I'm just getting tired of it. They trying to force you to be ignorant like them. So, but let's get to the subject, okay? But yeah, so I'm letting you know that I don't have that mindset that everybody who identifies as black gotta look more closely African. No. I recognize we have people who don't look like a black person at all. They have African American ancestry and they have a right to claim their partial roots. I'm not for the one drop rule. I'm for recognizing your roots. That's why I identify as African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, Irish, Scottish, American. I say I'm multiracial. I put other on my application because I'm being real with it. We are mixed race. When I see our own people attacking people who come from an interracial relationship, y'all actually hate on yourself because we're not pure black people. Our parents don't have no pure African ancestry. Yeah, the government did classify them as black because the stupid ass one drop rule in the cuss here. But technically, our parents are multi-generational mixed race people. They have other ancestors that's not black. They contributed. They behind to be here. So how the heck you want to hold on to this one drop rule? We are mixed race black Americans. And that's what I use in my argument about R. Kelly. That man, that dark skinned brother is not R. Kelly. And they tape. That's R. Kelly who's camera scheme. They don't dog chopping West Night brother. That's some brother that be in the hot sun, burning in the sun, playing that damn basketball, who putting on sunscreen on, got hot pigmentation. And it was in that sex tape, urinate on Miss Sparkle's niece, on LaShawna Landfield. I'm gonna say her name because she's 41 years old. What's her name? LaShawna Landfield. Who was on that tape? LaShawna Landfield. I say her name. You know what I mean? We know who she is. Okay, of course we're not exploring her, but she needs justice. And she brainwashed over here going against Auntie Sparkle. Sparkle then she introduced you to R. Kelly so you can get urinate on and have a Santana warehouse deal. Come on, sister girl. Don't be doing that, trying to get you terrified his team and his voodoo spells. Yeah, go get that book. There's Little Freaks. They talked about that. But anyway, Tonya TKO was on it, and she's a witch too. And I noticed that ever since, I remember I would go on her live streams and comment and defend her on some of her rhetoric. And I find it weird that she had connection with Chris Stokes too. And I'm looking at her suspicion. Why come after me? Me and my stalker, like I told him to leave me alone. I did defend him when he was going after anger biracial on my podcast. So why would, even though we had, I didn't want to talk to him no more, why come after me? I ain't did nothing to you. But the reason why you come after me, because now I can tell you pay. You connect with Chris Stokes connect with Diddy and R. Kelly. You used to live in Chicago. So, you try to act like Diddy, but on your little thing, it says Chicago. So you are paid to come after me as a goon to go, because of R. Kelly's nasty spells. Tonya TKO, how I know who she is, because during the trial, during when R. Kelly had intimidation on me, and I had took the video down in 2019, and I'm in an anti-R. Kelly group. And in the anti-R. Kelly group, I shared Tonya TKO with Andrea Kelly was saying, my baby daddy. Remember she said, Remember all you saying happy people? Yeah, yeah. It was all laughing. I saw Tonya TKO like she wanted to cry. I'm like, don't cry, laugh at that woman. Because she was sick, and she was, as long as she get a check by R. Kelly, she didn't have no problem. But I agree with Tasha K and Lovey T. She is an actress. She know how to cry where she can cry. She was part of the sex abuse too. Talking about Andrea Kelly. Don't let that fool have people. Yeah, yeah. Are you dumb? Are you evil people? Yeah. Leave my baby there alone. We a family. I can talk about him, but y'all my family. You know what I'm saying? And my other baby daddy. Okay. So Tonya T, that's how I know who she is, because I shared her video on Facebook. Anti-R. Kelly group that I used to belong to. Sure did. I sure did. It was all laughing. Andrea Kelly. Happy people, yeah, yeah. All you evil people, yeah, yeah. Leave my baby alone. But then when he's about to go to jail, when y'all ran out of that money, you start crying about your baby dad abusing you. But we found later on you was also a handler too. Whoops. You was in the sex code too. Whoops. Later allegations Andrea Kelly was out there sleeping with the girls. Whoops. You crying because you about to go to jail. Whoops. Here we go. Everybody said what? Whoops. Here we go again. Come on, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Yeah. You heard what I said. Whoops. Thank you. Are you silly people? Yeah, y'all better leave my baby dad alone. Yeah, yeah, girl. Yeah. Don't talk about we family down here. Yeah. I'm ready to tell you. So that's how I know Tonya TKO. And then later on, when I started seeing her reels and stuff, and I started liking the things she was saying. But then the she came out to be about the Moloch and and what's it called, abortion, satanic sacrifice, and because Blue was out and Finny G was talking about aborting kids, go abort a black baby, and he said about a biracial girl, abort her and stuff like that. Yeah, was saying all that. He was saying all that. He was like, why y'all saying that? I said, no, it's satanic. And me and Lashe hit it right. because I listened to Zachary King. Zachary King has a go out to Zachary King and buy it on Kindle. He has a video. I mean, he has a book called Santana. Abortion is Santana Sacrifice. When he was a Santana wizard, y'all, he was a high ranking wizard in the Satan World Church of Satan. He said that he used to go to abortion clinics, take the babies out the womb, out the dumpster, and they used to sacrifice the babies. They taught him how to do a satanic sacrifice when he turned satanic code after he turned at 13 years old in the 70s and early 80s. He'll be 60 next year. Zach King be 60 next year. Okay, he 1 year older than R. Kelly. So, same age Janet Jackson. So that's why, so that's when Zachary King, this is in the 70s. He's talking about sex trafficking was big with kids in the 80s, in the 70s. This was before Reagan in the 70s. So this is when you start doing research on this, like the CIA involved, and then you have Michael Keno from Church of Set, the offshoot of what's that thing called? Church of Satan. And when you do this research, y'all, it blows your mind. It like, whoa, it's a world you not know that did exist. This evil world out there, bro. I'm serious. It's not a good world. So let me get out of here. I gotta take care of business. But yeah, Tonya TKO was auditioning for Chris Stokes, and I